All right. Well, we saw some Jordan Love, and it was, fun. Very much looking forward to seeing him play. The reality is, after one game, you shouldn't change your opinion on Love. If you've evaluated him and liked him in college, then you should like him. If you didn't like him coming out of college, then you shouldn't like him. Like, there's nothing that this game would really impact that too much. However, I do still find it fun to just evaluate how he was in this one specific game and take away these small takeaways you can take away from it. So let's just get into the film study, talk about the good, the bad, and everything in between. So first, I want to show some of these. These are just, some missed throws, like Love rolling out, kind of has to make a tough throw against his body and misses it. That's a tough one. I can't crush him for that too much, right? I mean, it is a difficult throw, and there were a couple like that where they were kind of these, smaller plays that were more difficult than you would, just due to the situation, and he wasn't quite able to make them. And, if you're a Packers fan, you're probably used to Rodgers making those look easy. Like this one's another one where you had Frank Clark do a good job of stepping away, but, he did also overthrow Aaron Jones right there. So again, not a bad play by any means, but a bit of an overthrow. I think it's fair to talk about it in that respect. Also this one, it's a bit outside here where it's still completion, but not where he wanted to hit it. Cobb made a good catch, but he wasn't able to gain any yards really after that, and given the situation, gaining 1 yard and keeping the clock moving, that's not a good play. But again, it wasn't horrible. There were a couple missed throws, so I figured I'd throw that in here. But let's jump right from that to an insane positive where I believe this is zone coverage. Again, a little bit difficult on these, videos where I'm using the broadcast footage, but really the actual coverage itself doesn't matter too much. Watch what's going to happen with Love. So Love takes the snap, and there's going to be pressure immediately. So relatively immediately, eventually there's pressure. And so for Love, I think a lot of quarterbacks would be in a lot of trouble right here, but Love can use his insane athleticism. I thought he had some good runs in this game, especially some good-looking runs in this game. Maybe he needs to learn a little bit exactly when he should and shouldn't run, but he'll learn that with time, and he clearly shows that he has the physical tools to do so. Watch. Love is going to scramble out, and he's going to throw this one across his body down the field to a relatively open Packers player right here, Randall Cobb. And this one's not going to be a miss. Right on the money. And this is why when people say they could have, another Aaron Rodgers type guy, it's because of these throws. It's because of these high upside type throws from Jordan Love. That's what he's really bringing to the table. So you saw really only one example of that, but we've seen that in college, so it's cool to see it in the NFL. Now I want to talk about this play, because this is an interesting play, and this is actually going to end up being what I would consider a positive, even though on this exact example, it's more of a negative. So it's going to be a blitz right here, and it's a cover one blitz, so it's not an all-out blitz. There is a safety deep, but the way that they're doing this, the way Kansas City likes to blitz, is they like to do these man blitzes where if they see that the player who they're supposed to be covering is in the game blocking, then they just rush the passer. So you don't lose the extra player there, basically. Because there's really two ways you can do it. If you're a safety who's covering a halfback and you see the halfback's blocking, you could either just drop back into coverage or you could rush the passer. Some teams have them drop back into coverage. Some teams have them rush the passer. Some teams have them make a decision for themselves. Kansas City Chiefs on this play are going to have him rushing the passer. So there's actually going to be a total of 7 players rushing Jordan Love on this one. Love takes the snap and just waits way too long to make his decision right here. I mean, he had Devontae Adams with a true one-on-one matchup. The safety was nowhere near him, and he just goes down for the sack. And you could argue, well, there was pressure, and that's true. He had over 2.5 seconds. And given the look, given how you could see pre-snap, there was a good chance there's going to be a blitz. This is something that a lot of young quarterbacks struggle with. But what I liked about from Jordan Love is he improved on that dramatically, and he started throwing the ball up. Like, watch right here. This is a good example. This was his touchdown, where it's going to be a blitz once again. It's, again, similar concept, cover one blitz, but given the fact that it's 5 wide, only 5 players are rushing the passer this time. And what he's doing is he's just going to find a good matchup. And this is what you really have to do in these situations. This is what you have to do is, you're not going to find someone wide open typically. What you want to do is find the best matchup pre-snap. You look at some of the guys who have the best, best numbers against the blitz, guys like a Patrick Mahomes, who teams just don't blitz anymore, like a guy like Derek Carr, Kyler Murray. Those are all guys who have a lot of success against the blitz. What they do is get rid of the ball quickly, and we saw Love, honestly, After that play, I thought he was getting rid of the ball a lot quicker after getting blitzed. So that's kind of the things you learn playing versus learn watching, is you kind of firsthand experience. Oh, okay, yeah, I know I have to get rid of the ball quicker on a blitz, but that's how much quicker. On this play, the bad matchup for Kansas City is going to be Daniel Sorensen going up against Allen Lazard. I would probably consider Allen Lazard Green Bay's second best wide receiver, and I'm not even sure if I would consider Daniel Sorensen Kansas City's second best safety. So this is clearly a good mismatch for Green Bay. And look at how very quickly you're going to see Love notice that. So Sorensen's turned his hips towards the inside because Lazard, very good route runner, doing a good job of faking as though that's where he's running. He is going to be running an out route. This makes it a lot more difficult for Sorensen here, given the way his hips are turned. Love sees this, and so he's going to attack it, which is what you want to do. Look, he does make this throw off his back foot. Lazard makes the catch and makes a nice move to get into the end zone for a touchdown. So it's that confidence. Listen, it didn't always work out, right? There were a number of plays that were misses, specifically to Davante Adams. Things didn't entirely work out. Like, we can talk about his interception. I didn't hate this interception. I think this is a fine interception to take. Not every play is going to work out. Obviously, you don't want to throw an interception, but you can't be results oriented with the throw. All you can do is judge the decision before the throw happened, and then you can judge the throw itself if you want to. Sometimes you make the right decision and just the play itself doesn't work out. So on this play, the way it works is that your number one receiver is just running a deep route. He's going to get the deep corner out of the way. Then what you do is you have Davante Adams kind of follow, and he's going to actually get to where that deep corner is. This is going to force the more shallower defensive player to follow Adams. That is L'Jarius Sneed, who is a corner himself, so it's not like you're getting a linebacker on Adams like you sometimes can do on these plays, but it's still, it's a matchup they like. And right when this play starts, you're going to notice that really Sneed does a good job of just creating contact right at the line and kind of making it more difficult for Adams to get to his spot as quick as he wants to, because again, these plays have to happen quickly. So, good defense right here. But for Love, he's seeing it right now. Yeah, it's not looking great, but I can also understand the logic behind, hey, the play design is to get the ball to Adams. I'm going to throw the ball to Adams unless there's like a double team on him, which there isn't on this play. I don't really have a huge issue with this decision. He's going to throw it up, and it's going to get intercepted, so obviously that's not good, but I don't want him to stop throwing to Adams. They were clunky a couple times. I thought Love missed Adams a couple times on deeper throws, and maybe it's a chemistry thing. I don't know. They are still a little bit clunky with that stuff. They haven't played that much. This is their first game together. Obviously Love's only played. He's only thrown 7 NFL passes prior to this game. But there's just absolutely no way I'm going to tell Love, like, hey, stop throwing to Adams in one-on-one matchups. Like, no, it's a fine decision. It didn't work out. At least that's how I view it, but I understand not everyone views it that way. More often than not, this play is going to work out in a big way, in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I thought. Listen, the content game never sleeps, right? I got off a plane at about 8:30, making a video, getting it up at around 11:30. So making sure I still get some content out for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.